Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best power forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM right now. Before we hop into the video, if y'all haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I'm uploading every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we'll start at number 10. I think this list is probably going to annoy some people, but the power forward position has gotten really deep. And again, keep in mind, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. If you don't agree, that's fine. Leave a comment. Let me know why. But at number 10, going with Kevin Garnett. KG is an elite card with one flaw, and that flaw is that I just don't like his jumper very much. But I forgot him on the last power forward list. That was on me. He is a very solid card. He's got great size. He's fast. He's not a great shooter, but he is very athletic, and he's an elite defender. Now, the flaw with this card is not the 3-ball rating. The flaw with this card really is the jump shot. It's just not that fast. He's not like elite movement wise either, which most of these power forwards, to be fair, aren't. But he just has kind of a slow jumper. That's really the biggest thing. His jumper's kind of baited, and he's just not an elite level shooter overall rating wise either. Overall, really good card, exceptional defensively, definitely still holds it down at the power forward position at a high level. But I just can't put him higher than number 10, especially with how deep this list is. Now, this is the one that's going to annoy people. I get it. Y'all are going to be mad at me. I don't like Giannis that much. I think he's good. But the power forward position has gotten really stacked as of late. And look, Giannis is still a very viable card. Competitive lower power forward, no doubt about it. The 3-ball rating is really low, and the jumper isn't all that good. That's it. He's an elite defender. I know he doesn't have a ton of Hall of Fame badges, but a lot of Giannis is on the auction house have a lot of extra Hall of Fame badges for one. But number two, he's just like, he's a really good card. Don't get it twisted. But he is a little bit of a liability as a shooter. I think it's something you truly do have to keep in mind with this Giannis card is that he just is not a great shooter. Every other card on the list shoots the ball better than Giannis does, and I think that's something that you 100% have to keep in mind. I'm not saying he's a bad card at all. He's definitely not, but there are better cards than Giannis at the power forward position. So I just think the jumper holds him back. That's why I got him at number 9. Number 8 is going to be Sikma, who, by the way, is free today as y'all watch this video from a 5-game win streak and salary cap. Now, keep in mind, I'm using this card on my God squad right now, my backup power forward. This card is a competitive level card. Yes, he's a little bit on the slower end, but his jumper is absolutely incredible. He is an elite defensive card, especially on the interior, but not bad on the perimeter. Really, he doesn't feel slow to me. I know he's a teensy bit slow statistically, but you put a shoe on him that boosts up that speed a bit, and maybe a coach who boosts speed as well. For example, Phil Jackson or Steve Kerr, a couple just coaches like that, some of the best coaches in my team. He is a really good card. He does everything well. He is super versatile, super elite, really has no serious flaws in my opinion at the power forward position besides lack of movement, but really every power forward has that. I think he's a great card. There's just a lot of great power forwards on this list, which is why I only put him at number 8. Number 7 is Chris Webber. A lot more athleticism than Sikma. He's not quite the shooter that Sikma is, but he's better in every other area pretty much. 92 speed, still a good shooter, don't get twisted. His jumper's just not as good, but elite athlete, really good versatile defender as well. Some good Hall of Fame badges. And good size, 6'10" with a 7'3" wingspan at the power forward position. His jumper isn't top tier, but he does have a better dribble style and a better escape than most of these power forwards do. I think he's a super solid card. I just don't think he's realistically worth his price tag, considering he's 5, 6, 700 KMT like most opals are. Really good, expensive card. Very solid card as well. I just wouldn't pay 5 or 600K for him is basically what I'm saying about C-Web. But he's a stud. The jumper's the only thing that kind of holds him back a little bit. Now, number 6 is going to be Paolo Banchero. Paolo does do everything well. I mean, really everything. He's got good speed. He's a versatile defender. He's an elite slasher, and his jumper super solid. But he's not like the greatest interior defender at the power forward position. He also, despite his versatility, really doesn't have great SIGs either, despite his statistical versatility. I really like the card, though. I like his jumper a lot. I think he's better at small forward than he is at power forward, but really good card. And if you need a power forward, he can 100% play that position at a very high level. No flaws really whatsoever in my mind for Paolo Banchero. Just with how deep the position is, some of these cards got to go lower. You know what I'm saying? Like number 5, Jaren Jackson Jr., my starting power forward. Similar story. Elite competitive level card. There's just so many good cards at his position. His jumper's fast. He's got a good speed rating. I think he's just a good shooter in general with a fast jumper and good shooting stats and badges, especially when he's upgraded, but even base offset shot and some decent badges, like not bad. Elite defender, pretty good athlete, like does everything well again. Very solid card. No real significant flaws. Can't put him higher than number 5 to me personally, but I still think he's as good as anybody, pretty much. Like at the end of the day, this list is very much opinion based in a lot of ways. Number 4 is Dwight. He's got the worst release of anybody this high on the list, but the thing that Dwight does is he is ridiculously fast and good defensively. I get all these guys, for the most part, have good speed and good defense, but he is a different level in both of those areas. He is so fast and he is so elite defensively that it kind of makes up for the low three ball and the lack of shooting and playmaking badges. You add some badges to him, he can get 6 of them. He's going to be super duper solid. And honestly, his jumper's not that bad. I think it's probably pretty similar to Chris Webber's. I like it better than KG's. But he is so impactful speed and defense-wise that I still think he's a top 4 power forward, despite the lower three ball and the mediocre shot. He is an incredible, incredible card. Number 3 is going to be Joel Embiid. Now, the value of Joel is his size at the power forward position, in addition to a jump shot that I like a lot more this year. Has enough speed. Again, he's 7 foot, 7'5" wingspan, really big player build. Elite level defender as well. And I really think he shoots the ball super duper well. He doesn't have the speed that Dwight has, but he's got a better jumper. He's a couple inches taller. Jumpers, I really do like it. He doesn't have much movement, but pretty much none of these power forwards do. And he's so incredible defensively, so switchable on the interior, can guard real centers. I mean, he is a real center, right? So he can guard all those centers as well. That size is valuable. He is one of the most popular competitive power forwards in the game, and for very good reason. Really no significant flaws on Joel. And then at number 2, you have Hakeem, who's basically the exact same card as Joel, pretty much. Like when you look at the 2 cards side by side, Hakeem's a little bit faster, but they're about the same size. Wingspan is similar. Statistically, they're similar as shooters. They're pretty similar defensively. Like they're very similar cards. I just personally think Hakeem gets slightly better rebounding animations, interior defensive animations. He also has a really nice fade, which I am a fan of. Basic fade, super duper solid. His jumper is really nice as well, and Jaren's escape pro dribble style gives him more playmaking than almost any power forward on this list as well, especially if you were to add like handles for days or just lightning launch, really. He is really, really solid across the board. No real flaws at the power forward position, does everything well, and I think he's the 2nd best power forward in the game. But in my opinion, the best power forward in my team is Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis. I think he gives you the perfect combination of speed, shooting, defense, dunking, all of it. No real flaws. I get that he's not quite Dwight level of speed at only 89 instead of 95, but defensively, he is as good as pretty much any power forward on this list. Offensively, his jumper's as good as pretty much anybody on this list. I think his jumper's super duper solid. He's got the speed. He's got the dunking. He's got the decent vert. Like he's got everything you want at a power forward. Ton of good Hall of Fame badges. Again, this position is really, really close. He's also got like decent-ish movement. Not amazing, but solid. Like I said, though, this position is super close. Like between really AD and Paolo, Webber, even Sikma, like all 8 of the, really every card on this list is a competitive level power forward. I think you could kind of change the order of a lot of these cards to your opinion, and that would be fine. And so that's an important thing to keep in mind with the power forward position, is how many good cards there are that can compete at a very high level. So no must-have power forward here because there's so much versatility and so much value at the position. But with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know who your favorite power forwards are on this list. Let me know how you would change the list, because I'm sure there's going to be some people who are mad at me because I have Giannis at 9. But I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.